afọ mụrụ nne m bịa kene na mkpụrụ ịkụrụ oluwe gugo mami m bịa kene nne m kene na mkpụrụ ịkụrụ oluwe gugo nnama anya alawala na nke Chukwu kwere anyị na nkwa anya alawala na nke Chukwu kwere anyị ala Biafra obodo ọma ebe ya bịa isele ọma ụmụ Biafra ike were ike ha nyere ha wededala emere mmegbu Chimex, greetings. Nke na-enweghara oge agụ bụrụ Awụsa ka ha ji mara na ụlọ ala Biafra bara ha. Oge agụ bụrụ Awụsa ka ha ji mata na ụlọ ala Biafra bara ha. Ọma. Oye. Igwe bute ụzọ abịago, agụ na-eche mba abịago, dogbu na-eche niile. Igwe bute ụzọ gboo, agụ na-eche mba abịago, dogbu na-eche niile. Nwachi na mara eju, igwe kwelugo na ọ bụ chi Biafra. Aso. Enyo abịago ozi nwafọ nwa ọzọ si ka anyị n'ike m kamba. Enyo abịa n'ozi nwafọ nwa ọzọ si ka anyị n'ike m kamba. Omeneji nwanne nwa Jehova mmanụ Fada Ambassador of Peace
Chizoba Felix, greetings from here.
Priest nwanne bụ ụzọ someone of the hood obere nwa Chineke tere mmanụ
Okome Otogwu na-emefesili ike bute ụzọ
kedu maka Zuma Rock Osheke Boro asị ka Chukwu kabịa ma na-edu anyị na-eje n'alata
ise
n'aha Chukwu kabịa ma ise ọgbọgụmọ bịa ma mkpa isara si pasị bụ agha
Charles Chinemere Jeba
abịa ma mkpa isara si pasị bụ agha mgbe na-emekọme ha wadidere ya n'etiti ndụ na ọnwụ mgbe na-emekọme do awagidere ya n'etiti ndụ na ọnwụ baga ịgbalị ahụ biro Nwachukwu nke abịama na bara ọgụ daliru nwa Chineke
daalụnụ ndị ọma na-ege ntị. Ekene m onye ukwu, kene onye nta, kene nwoke, kene nwaanyị, wee sị mmiri ata na mazụ anwụ na nke onye chiri onye azụ elu. Asị m ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Abịago m n'ụbọchị nke taata ka m gbasa ozi ọma Chineke, ozi ọma ahụ ikwere m na nkwa, ozi ọma ahụ isi m ga-agbasa banyụ aka m bịara ịgbasa n'ụbọchị nke taata. Wee na-asị, eze okike, eze bi n'igwe, Chukwu okike abịa ma wee na-asị gị ka ị bịa gozie ọnụ okwu anyị n'ụbọchị nke taata. Ihe ọbụla ga-esi anyị n'ọnụ wee pụta ga-abụ okwu si gị n'obi wee pụta. ọ ga-abụ ka iji werezie. Nna wee na-akpọku gị n'ụbọchị nke taata wee na-asị gị, eze ebube binye n'oche eze gị, chebe Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, chebe ndị ESN niile, chekwebe ndị DOS niile, chekwebe ndị IPOB niile, chekwebe all the whole IPOB legal team. Wee na-asị gị eze okike abịa ma bịa gbaa anyị ume, ekwene ka anyị dapụ n'ije anụnwa anyị malitere. Ọ ngị nwaziri anyị si anyị bịaba. Wee na-asị gị eze okike abịa ma onye ọbụla nke lọ nlọ ma chee echiche iji wee megide Maazị Nnamdi Okwu Kanu, nna ka onye ahụ were anazi elu mmiri. Onye nụrụ mere Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bere anya mmiri amaka onye ahụ n'anya. Nna onye ọbụla tiri aka n'obi si na Maazị amapụta n'ije a, nna ọrịa obi ga-egbu onye ahụ, nna liver cancer ga-egbu onye ahụ, nna obi mmapụ ga-egbu onye ahụ. Onye ahụ tinye ose n'ọnụ, ose ahụ ga-ekpugbu onye ahụ. Onye ahụ rie nnu, nnu ga-egbu onye ahụ. Onye ahụ ṅụọ mmiri, mmiri ahụ ga-egbu onye ahụ. Ihe ọbụla onye ahụ tinyere n'ọnụ ọ ga-abụ isi njedebe onye ahụ. Nna wee na-asị gị bịa mee ka Biafra bịa n'oge nke anyị. Ekwene ka anyị nụ ọgụ a n'efu, ekwene ka anyị taa afọ a n'efu. Na ana m ayọ gị nke a ma kwere na ị ga-emeela anyị. Ise naanị m akpọkwu wee na-asị gị ka ị bịa chekwebe ndị IPOB niile, chekwebe anyị niile ebe ọbụla anyị nọ, nye anyị ogologo ndụ na arụ isi ike. Ebe ọbụla onye nọ, nke ọbụla onye na-eme, nna chekwebe anyị niile, bịa gbaa anyị ume. Ọna ka ọ ga-adị n'Eke, ọna ka ọ ga-adị n'Orie, ọna ka ọ ga-adị n'Afọ, ọna ka ọ ga-adị na Nkwọ. Ise daalụnụ ndị ọma na-ege ntị. Abịago m ịgbasa ozi ọma Chineke n'ụbọchị nke taata. Isiokwu m n'ụbọchị nke taata wee bụrụ what will be the fate of an Igbo man in that contraption called the zoo, the Zoological Republic, the Niger area. What will be the fate of Igbo man? Now, before ngaba maka na okwu anụnwa site n'afa Chukwu okike abịa ma ihe m ga-anọ na this broadcast 1 hour 30 minutes mechie ya. Ụbọchị nke taata abịa m ka anyị jụọ onwe anyị ajụjụ. Ife niile na-eme anyị, kedu ebe o bido? Kedu ife anyị ji wee nọrọ ebe anyị nọ n'ụbọchị nke taata? Gịnị ka o ji wee dị ka ihe ọbụla ndị be anyị tinyere aka dị aga n'iru? Na unu n'anya ife na-eme n'ebe niile. Afụ m vidio na-efegharị nke Suleman ume, etinyekwa m dị okwu ọnụ, mana nke bụ eziokwu bụ na data okwu ahụ Suleman ukwu o metụ m n'obi. Ọ dịka ọmụnwa ka ọ na-agwa, dịka mmadụ niile ka ọ na-agwa. Ọ gwara ya ndị Igbo niile, ịbụrụ nwa afọ Igbo, ị ga-eche okwu Suleman ahụ, ị ga-ama that na this word is for you as an Igbo man. Don't pretend over it. Don't push it to anyone. Push it to any person. Iju onwe gị ese. Ka ihe kpata ndị Igbo ji ebulu ihe nwụrụ anwụ dinyelu ndị ọzọ. Ka ebe the fate of ndị Igbo, ka ebe obido. Ka ebe the insult, ka ebe obido n'aka ndị na-achị anyị. O nwere ife dị iche anyị na ndị ugwu. Ndị ugwu na-eme ife, ha na-eme ife, ha mechi ife, malụ yes na ihe anụ people mere ife. Mana ndị be anyị amalụ m ka anyị si eme ife. Now, anyị cheta mgbe ndị bandit ntụ bọmbụ na train, onye ha ji maka ya wee bịa. That bomb achọrọ ịtụ, ha tụ na that train, mgbu many people. Onye ha ji maka ya wee bịa odi oli igwe aka nwee dị Obi of Onitsha, nka dị ndụ, ọ dị ka ọka matụ ife obele. Nyawa ka ha ji maka ya wee bịa. Mgbe na-enwetalozie, ha wee kidnap ndị niile ahụ ha kidnap. Now, site mgbe ha atụ bọmbụ na that train, onwenugo ebe ịfụ na a na-agba egbe n'ugwu. Onwenugo ebe ndị Operation Python Dance nnọkọta wee komgbuo any village wee mụbịa ọkụ. Ndị be anyị na-agba Easter. Ndị ọzọ niile, obodo ọzọ niile na-agba Easter. ifu ka ndị be anyị nọ n'Imo steeti nji wee gba their own Easter. Ha gbara n'ime anya mmiri n'elu ọbara. Wee luo tata onwebeghị any traditional rulers mpụta condemn that single act. Onwebeghị any reverend father mpụta condemn that very act. Onwebeghị any person nsị gị na ya bụ senator, House of Rep or any governor mpụta condemn that very single act. More than 30 innocent slaughtered on a day. Vibrant youth. On the onwe video nge-play unofo negotiate with the bandit made that attack on the train. If you see a hope, what is your own? Man, they blame Suleiman for what happened, for what he said, because na iyobu na Suleiman uku, but the reality. Iye nine Suleiman uku, bu ezioku, irrespective of onoju. The question you got today. One question you will ask yourself today, but this thing.
Relatives of the kidnapped victims of the March 28th Kaduna train attack. Since the incident occurred, they've been meeting regularly to discuss as a group and also get updates on the way forward for the release of their loved ones. The looks on their faces clearly defines the pain and trauma they are passing through. The group had earlier given the federal government a 72-hour ultimatum to rescue the victims. The ultimatum has now expired, and now they have a message for the government.
We are grateful to God that before the expiration of the 72 hours, we heard from the federal government after the Federal Executive Council meeting on Wednesday through the Minister of Information that the government is already in dialogue. They are already on top of the situation with the...
Do you hear that? The bandit made that train attack that consumed the life of one of the best doctor in that contraption. The bandit claimed the life of more than 100 people that very day. The government is dialoguing with them. Hope Uzodimma is massacring Imolite. Hope Uzodimma na-atụ bomb n'Imo State. Ndị Hope na-atụ bomb ka ihe ha mee. Ha si na ha need freedom because of nature of freedom. If ife dị iche mgbe Suleiman said that Igbo man is a problem to Igbo man, that in enwetego the Biafra, you will still see Igbo man to destroy it. Now, the federal government, through the Minister of Information, known as Lai Mohammed, with other people, are negotiating with bandits. To bomb, to go many planes, commit go many atrocities. Hezigelo JTF to go there to attack them. Hezigelo Nigerian Army, Hezigelo Police, Hezigelo Civil Defense, Hezigelo Vigilante. He deploy her to can jet fighter. Hagote. He went anything. A jello combuwe the village. Rather, they went into dialogue. So Nigerian Fulani government knows how to dialogue. But the Igbo politicians, Igbo leaders don't know what dialogue is all about. The Igbo politicians, people like Soludo, Opus Odimma, Kemafia, Keyanapon, Ifan Ugusi, and Okezi Pazu. All these people are malifan about dialogue. And the Soludo claimed to be a professor that is well educated. Now, those people, those attack was targeted to be of furniture. I got fear here because many of you, I watch you go this thing. I know obi of furniture that I escape death because no one telephone call, not to that is on telephone call or rush there for another appointment that made him no banyelo that train. Obulu no banye that train. The target there is the Obi of Onitsha. Now, get no tikono fear naga here. This man bag here now that now Minister of Information they are dialoguing. Now, Obulu na Ndugu get volunteer themselves and dialogue with bandit, with Boko Haram, Fulani bandit. Gini na tundi Igbo, Ujo, he stand with their own people to request for referendum. Is requesting for referendum not part of dialogue? On a referendum, part of dialogue? I am asking. Referendum and the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is it not part of dialogue? Keye pata na the so-called Igbo people, Igbo leaders, because animafu both traditional rulers in our land, both the religional leaders in our land, animafu hantanina as useless group of people. Another mafutaha anything good.
What has happened that the government is already discussing with the abductors of our relatives. So we are happy about that. We have noted it, we acknowledge it, and we appreciate their effort in this regard. What we want to add is that the government should speed up this process of discussion with them so that they can come out, released very soon. This is our appeal now.
The bandits.
Are you hearing that? The government are into discussion. They are telling the government to speed up, to pay the ransom. To pay the ransom. Remember that each of the person kidnapped, the ransom they put on each person's head is 2 million naira per each. Now calculate how many people they kidnap. More than 100 people they kidnap. Will be each of them 2 million each. Do you know how much million these people will make? And they will use it to purchase. They will use it to purchase another armed nations to still carry out their atrocities. These people, the government knows where they are hiding. The government knows where they are. Government maybe hano. Man, guess what? The governor, none of that state, Apota send is for fighter jet, or Polo Nandi, or Polo Nigerian security, or Polo any person to go there and be bombing people and be scattering everywhere. Or Polo any person to be bombing anywhere. Rather, they went into negotiation. They opened a roundtable talk for discussion, Fulani bandit with government. The same Buhari government, saying that I don't negotiate with criminals, is now negotiating with the bandit because these are his people. How did the Imolites celebrate their Easter? Imo by their Easter, then celebrated their Easter with tears and sorrow, sadness, because Hope Uzodinma made it possible for that. Make them to feel like a day that's supposed to be a day for celebration become a day of mourning, a day of sorrow. Now, if somebody tell you that the Igbo governors are useless, that all the Igbo governors are shameless, useless, you will not say no. You will like to come and defend. If the difference between the people, Igbo, and this thing, the question I'm going to ask you today is this: what will be the fate of Igbo man after 2023 election, and the Igbo failed to produce the president and also failed to stand with their people, with IPOB? What will be their benefit? What will be their fate? These are simple questions I want you to ask yourself. Now, IPOB, Hope Uzodinma, say that IPOB is not responsible for the crisis in Imo State. The question I want to ask him now, why is he now sending the Nigerian Boko Haram to attack ESN that is protecting our land? Why is he killing the Imolites? Since he knows that the people behind the unrest in Imo State is his fellow politicians. Why can't he expose them? Ke ihe kpata na ọma mehe expose? Ke ihe kpata na ọma agbaghọ ọtọ n'ama? Now, can I get to this video because I'm going to
I've spoken with some relatives of the abductees, but without making any specific demand. An indication that perhaps the bandits have a score to settle with the government rather than the victims. This is a source of concern for their families.
I've spoken to the bandits. I was one of the first guys that spoke with them.
He have spoken with the bandit. No, Kugoku with the bandit. Meaning that the bandits are not hiding. The people are not hiding. Neganoti. Onwe point ingeji eba ki geji matter that na the target bu obi of furniture. Obi of furniture. Afa Alfred Igwe Alfred Achebe. Igwe Alfred Achebe is the target here. But guess what? He was so lucky to escape.
I've spoken with them 11 times.
11 times.
And aside me, I don't think any other person has done that. 11 times. And what did they say? The first instance, they said they had their targets on that train. That it weren't our parents and sisters or brother that they aimed at. But
do you hear that? In that Inoku, they have their target. Nobulo, their brothers and sisters, but their target. But unfortunately, their target is not in that train. The question here, now, who is their target? Who's supposed to enter that train that failed to enter the train? The only person probably by that train, lost that train, the Obio of furniture, Igwe Alfred Achebe. The only Igwe that is still holding the mantle of kingship in Igbo land, because every other Igwes are warrant chiefs. Hantani Nebo warrant chief. Do you hear the statement made by this man? What the bandits told them? In real bandit Igwa. In real, listen again.
That they aimed at. But these were just in quote necessary evil.
Wait.
But these were just in quote sisters or brother that they aimed at. The first instance, they said they had their targets.
They had their target. Now, were their own target. In Uria, they had their target. One after the other.
On that train, that it weren't our parents and sisters or brother that they aimed at. But
it wasn't their parents, brothers and sisters they are targeting. The question is, who is their target? And who is that person that's supposed to be in that train? Mbo their target, hanenwetelo. If you go and this question, who is their target? Since their parents, their brothers and sisters and daughters and sons are not the target of the bandit, and that target is not there. The question is, who's supposed to enter that train that missed the train apart from the Obi of furniture, Igwe Alfred Achebe? In our whatever naga, Amalam in our whatever naga. These are the reality in Chucky face here. And up to today, the Igwe have not realized himself. Iga John Wegese, Obulu na Obi of furniture was killed in that train. Will anything happen? The answer is nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. And when if again, highest you shout, oh, Igwe, your beer furniture, a whole beer furniture, you talk it for 1 week, you sweep it under carpet. Nothing will happen. And when if again, now, what is the fate of the Igbo man in that contraption called Nega area? How come we now sell ourselves to the extent of becoming nothing before the ordinary peoples? I will come to that.
These were just in quote necessary what they had to do with them. And what did they tell me? That the governor has been wrong.
Since they missed their target, out of anger, maybe the person that passed the info to them, the person had the information about Igwe Alfred Achebe, the Obi of furniture. maybe the person now gives them a wrong information. Out of anger, they now kidnap all these people because they have wasted their IED, all those their dynamite, their bullets, their guns. They have wasted it. That is the reason how do we kidnap these people in order to regain their money back. When we can go back. Get nothing because the governor now, they now tell you that the governor is running his mouth.
That the governor has been running his mouth.
Are you hearing that?
And that's why they came to his doorstep. And this is just the beginning.
We're begging the government to think about it. We have lives over there in the bush.
You hear it? Now they have argued that the governor is running his mouth. Ordinary bandit is telling you that the governor is running his mouth. And that is why they bring the war on his doorstep. Yet, that governor, he did not order for Operation Crocodile Smile. That governor did not order for Operation Python Dance. That governor did not order for Operation Eagle Square. That governor did not call the army. The governor maintained silence, and yet the presidency and the governor, they went into dialogue. Into dialogue. That dialogue happened into. Why? Because the Fulani bandit, they are brothers and sisters. Oblu no igbo, but the governor today, that village, they will clear it. All the whole innocent boys in not there, arrest. They will burn the whole houses down. When you ask them, they will not tell you that Igbos, we don't condemn criminality. We kill, we don't tolerate violence. Now, IPOB, Eastern Security Network. Eastern Security Network, IPOB. What is their crime? Because they say no to Fulani bandits. They say no to Fulani terrorists. They rise against Fulani terrorists. They rise against Fulani bandits. That is the crime they committed that made Hope Uzodimba and the other Eastern governors to start killing our gallant men in our bush, to start burning them, to start frustrating our people in order to make sure that they kill Mazinam Dekano. Are you getting the point?
We don't know how they're living. We don't know what they eat. This is a rainy season. At least let's think about this thing. Let's be conscious, at least for once.
NRC should not be talking about reopening their services now when our people are still in captivity. Because what is the assurance that if they start services now, that people that will board the trains are safe? What measures have they put in place to guarantee the security of people that will patronize their services? So it is not, and we don't want a reoccurrence. If they do, we are not going to take it lightly with them.
It's been 18 days of nightmare for these people whose relatives are still.
I got straight to the point. Now, the bombing and the killing, their target is Igwe Fred Achebe, Obi of Onitsha. Now, but all these things make it the whole bombing, the whole kidnapping, everything Fulani people name, you can never see army engaging the bandits. You can never see police engaging the bandits. You can never see them mobilize themselves to fight Fulani bandits. Manabiana Libo today. Every day, any bunda IPOB, K IPOB man. Keife IPOB me. The crime of IPOB. In one crime of IPOB. Who can tell me one crime of IPOB? Now, Mbe Suleiman make that voice, that all of that, or make that a very, very video that people are saying he hates Igbos, he with this and that. Let me bring the video if I can see it. I think I can see it. Okay.
Somebody from the south, somebody from the east, you betray your people.
Somebody from the south, from the east, betray his people. Now, wait, let me come. I am coming. So that I'll put it on a speaker. On a speak out. I don't want to bring it. Just give me a minute. Because the Christian religious people, the Christian religion people, the leaders, any of them none of them say anything. This thing. Okay, the video now. Okay. Okay. Now, when he said, who are the people attacking Biafra most? Who are the people attacking Biafra most? Kendi na attack Biafra most? Ndi Igbo. Kendi bu Ndi Igbo? All the eastern governors. The like of Nelly Ofebuha. Nelly Ofebu be Potachigi is an Igbo man. They are using her. Other people are using her. Odina Sugo Biafra. She said, you know, be do. Keyogo Sigi. That is the attack. That is the attack.
Yes. But even if you don't agree with the man who is your brother, should you say it publicly if you are not a fool? Can't you say it amongst your people? If today they get that Biafra, it's an evil man that will scatter you. That's the truth. Wait. During the time of the senator, an evil man became a senator.
Are you hearing that?
You remember the NWM, Cuba Okadigbo, Ayosanyim? You remember all of them? It was Igbo that was removing Igbo. That was the first and the shortest Senate presidency we have had in this country.
Now, the things mmegolu na ndị Igbo. Ke ihe kpata na enwetelo Biafra during the time of Ojukwu. Who are the people? The like of Nnagi Azikiwe. The like of Ifajuna. Ndị ahụ ndị Igbo. In this day now, this present one, we have the like of Ijele Speak, Uwazirike, Uchoka from Efo, George Onyibe. These are Ndi Igbo na-eme onwefa. Igbo mele Igbo. Enyi mele enyi ya. Nwanne mele nwanne. Now, the question is, since the killing of Biafrans and the killing of IPOB, by tomorrow, all na this man put again. All na this man put again 18. We're seeing that now Igbo pastors are betrayers, they are fools. We used to argue it, or Igbo reverend fathers, they are this or they are that. We used to argue it. Ekayemi argue. The reason you will not argue it is because it take the killings, the massacre today. Pastor Lazarus Moka is an Igbo man. The killing naga on an Igbo nonia. He is from Imo State. The only thing Moka the after is stealing of money, tithe and offering, convincing lunatic people, making the gullible ones to be paying tithe and offering. You can never see him talk about the killing of Ndi Igbo. Obastalia, mana killing happen on Lagos now, or they preach, yeah? Killing happen on America, or they say, let's pray for America, let's pray for Ukraine. Now, Ebube Monso of Anambra State. Some people think I am not blocking. Comment rubbish and chop block. That's how I do it. I don't announce this thing, announce anything. Once you comment the rubbish in block, I will go to one person, be and watch. I am contented now that person with brain ọbụla anụdụ nso ọbụla ụsụ nke ọ ji abụ ewu so that ka onye ahụ na-amụ ihe ilute hie ọ bụrụ na ihe m na-eme na ịlaiki ya nwanne ịgbawa dọ ameghọ m gị invite. It's not compulsory you must be here. Jee n'ebe ahụ ị na-emebi like a na-asa gị isi, go there and just dosi isi gị ka asalibe gị ndị elili eli. God bless DOS for their great work they are doing. Now, the question ga-ajụ today bụ ka ihe kpata na our religious leaders anaghị etinye ọnụ n'okwu. Ịjụ ha na ha sị gị, we are men of God, we don't supposed to involve ourselves in anything. Who are you involving yourself? You as a man of God, who are you preaching? The people, the congregation you are preaching, ọ bụrụ na ha nwụcha tata, who will you now preach to? Who will you preach to? Ịbịa n'ala Igbo, anyị nwere people like Ebube Monsọ, anyị nwere Oduheje, anyị nwere Fada Mbaka, anyị nwere how many? All these pastors, both Chibuzo, all of them. Gịnị kpata na ha batabeghị tinye ọnụ gwa the whole leaders nọ n'ala Igbo that they are doing evil, they are not doing anything good. Na-echeta last year, Ebube Monsọ mgbe the Onongo men was on rampage in Anambra State, Ebube Monsọ volunteered himself to come and negotiate. When the Onongo men pipe low, can you stop Ebube Monsọ to start speaking for them? Gịnị kwụsịrị Ebube Monsọ ịpụta organize other people? Up till today, the whole Igbo pastors ọpụta na ha ga-afụ ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo. The whole Igbo reverend fathers ọpụta na ha na-afụ ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo. All the whole Igbo traditional leaders ọ na ha ga-afụ ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo. They are seeing all these things. Mana ha na actually ikwu okwu. By tomorrow, egbube ha n'ofu etibe mgbe aka ha ga-apụta ikwu okwu. Mgbe a ka ị ga-afụ ha ka ha ga-apụta ikwu okwu. Kịta ebule ozu onye ọzọ ọ dịka bụ ukwu nkwụ, ọ dịka bụ okpirikpu nkwụ. As it is now, the killings in men on Easter Day, on Sunday Easter. If that 1/4 of that killing happened in America, all the whole America, all the whole world will carry it. Mana the whole Eastern leaders bank it no well if name. Now, mgbe Suleiman gwa gị na Igbo is the problem of ndị Igbo, no doubt about that. Because on well any of them, the reason Chineke ji wee bịa. Ka anyị wega ha na Bible. Akwụkwọ nsọ ha na-agụ Samuel ka onye ọ gwara okwu, obedience is better than sacrifice. Samuel told this thing to the king of Israel called Saul. Ọtụlụjọ. Mgbe David kpọrọ nwunye mmadụ, prophet Nathaniel ka gịnị ka na-abịa, went to David and they preached to him. Apostle Paul was one of the greatest people preach the gospel truth about the Christ. Can they preach to the people and I told you. Now, today, the duties of the whole pastors non alive. How many of them are speaking out? How many of them are speaking out? Una manenwelozi any king enwe n'ala Igbo today. Ihe enwe today is a warrant chiefs. Warrant chiefs. For almost going to a year now, Keji Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ofu anya ndị Igbo ji afụ ụzọ. The only voice of the voiceless. The only person ndị Igbo ka nwe ji na-eme ọnụ. Up till today, Olubelolu, the whole traditional rulers, to come out. Olubeholu, the whole traditional rulers, the whole pastors to come out. You are looking for solution to stop sit at home. And then my ears below the sit at home. The problem that caused the sit at home. and they don't want to talk it. Come and solve the problem. Let me see. How can you solve the problem of sit at home without making a move to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, without contacting the right people, which is the leadership of IPOB, DOS? How many Charles, Professor Charles Soludo, you claim you are educated, you claim you know something, you claim that you are a professor. Your professor, who and who are you holding meeting? Can you give Professor Soludo because you are a term of disappointment? Soludo, you said you have had meeting with IPOB leadership. The question I want to ask you, who is the IPOB leadership? Mazi Chike Doziem come out and say that you don't have any meeting with him. Who are the leadership? So as a professor, as old as you are, in organization, you don't know how to carry out investigation to know who is the leadership that you have meeting with. Then, can you ask a question? The panel you set up, with the panel you set up that made up of a 70 years old fool, Charlie Boy, with Bianco Juku and the rest, do those people have the capacity? If they find Nigerian guilty, do they have the capacity to organize referendum? Will they be able to organize a referendum if they found out that IPOB is righteous and right for what they are doing and Nigeria is guilty? Do they have the capacity, the power to bring the zoo government on a round table for a possible referendum? The purpose of setting those people up and they Chomijo Hera, Wezigalu, our mother, Bianca Ojukwu Ozi, in a such disgraceful gathering, you must not involve yourself. All those kind of gathering of for the respect we have for Ojukwu, Bianca Ojukwu, always take yourself out of such nonsense move, because if you say your respect, you don't deserve our respect. But Ojukwu, maka Ojukwu ka ije nye gị that respect. Oblu no blu Ojukwu, nobody will respect you. Ile the respect for Ojukwu n'ebe ị nọ. Believe you me, a ga-awụ gị naanị, wụọ gị total, anya da afọ iru mmadụ. Ị kwesịrị ịnọ na forefront of this Biafra agitation. Ka ife ị na-alụkọ, ị na-ede ịnọ na group of table. Kagina Charlie Boy, 70 years old man, Nasa boy. 70 years old man, Nasa boy. Can I be on here? Soludo, each choice solve problem. Ekugomi several times. You cannot solve any problem in Igbo land today without the root cause of that issue. Bondi DOS, Bochi Kedoziem, Bochi na Sanworu, Boto Nezurumike, Boma Zaza Yoba. For these people, Joha Kedifema Azicho. Kahabagi the terms and condition. Maboni choka peace reign, which Mazin Kugolia, nothing but referendum. Ken Nabo, Okeke Putogu Wayo, one put up to Wegu Wayo, on your put up not singing Abu leader of IPOB. IPOB were two leadership. We only have one leadership, which is the DOS. That is why I enjoy going. Suleiman was 101% right na his statement to make. Ofwogo funobi icheyaria. Ofwogo funobi ijuo nwegese. Ke ndị na-agba Biafra mgba today. Ke the people na-apụta openly debunk that na ha blozi Biafra. Are they not Igbo? Or na ha blo ndị Igbo? Nwanne Igbo dị nzuzu. Ọ bụla onye kwu onye akpa amị agbawa. Igbo dị nzuzu. Rapụ na ife anyị na-akọ. Igbo dị ezigbo nzuzu. Imie bụ nzuzu. Igbo dị nzuzu. Igbo dị extraordinary nzuzu. Maka na ọ bụrụ na Igbo adịlo nzuzu, aflom the reason ga-eji wee jide Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ọ bụrụ ihe the whole East nga na-akpa nga na-achọ na bụ how to iju eme ọ bụrụ your problem bụ sit at home. Sit at home ekwesịrị bụ your problem. What you should concern yourself, your worry supposed to be ka ihe kpata eji wee rendition Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ka ihe kpata eji wee jide Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. You people supposed to be going for Maazị Nnamdi Kanu release. Because that is the root cause of all this problem. Ndị ugwu egbu nke ha. Onwebeghị ebe ịnọkata ịnụ that na ugwu Hausa na ndu na-achata bọmbụ tụwa bọmbụ maka na bandit gbara egbe die. Mana bịa n'ala Igbo, Soludo chọka Anambra nwụrụ ọkụ. Hope Uzodimma chọka Anambra nwụrụ ọkụ. Onye ọbụla chọka Anambra nwụrụ ọkụ ka ala Igbo nwụrụ ọkụ. Ka agbabube ndị the youth because you remain a slave to the Fulani. Onye Igbo chọọ ịbụ gọvanọ today, o jee mee campaign n'ugwu, o jee sekpụla anị, emie anya ọnya mamịrị n'isi. Odinala anị, emie na-enwere ife ọ bụ Fulani man anya ọnya mamịrị n'isi. Then ọ ga-eje nata ikikere n'obodo ugwu iji wee bịa chụọ chi ala Igbo. Anọlụ ordinary emie na-enye condition ọ ga-eji wee chi n'ala Igbo. Achọ ichi eze n'ala Igbo tata, dị onye ga-echi eze jegodu jee sekpu olu emie anị, emie anya ọnya mamịrị n'isi, nye condition ọ ga-eji wee bịa bụrụ igwe n'ala Igbo. Why na ji na junu na-akpọrị ego? Why na ji ndị Igbo na-agba football? Why na ji ndị Igbo na-agba na-apị pimpom? Ka ekunu ga-eji nwee value. Ka ekunu ga-eji nwee value. Negodu Okechukwu isi guzoro the Ohaneze youth binyere ọtọ si n'ala Igbo gaba n'ugwu ga sekpulu na Toyerima Shetima wee na-asị you own the land, you people are the people own the land, that is why we are begging you. Gwanụ m, o nwere onye Igbo bụ nwoke n'ala Igbo? Onwe nwoke nọ n'ala Igbo na-agba politics. We don't have men in politics in Igbo land. Anyị enwelo nwoke na politics in Igbo land. Ihe niile anyị nwere dị bụ nwaanyị kwa amụ. How can they make the reason why there is no men in Igbo? Because all of them are sellout. They sold themselves. Mbile, your brother, thinking you are punishing that your brother. I am not receiving call. I don't know why this caller is calling me. Greetings from here.
Good evening from my side.
Good evening.
I'm
Arodi on air.
Yes. Just name to 1 minute because I want my idea now. Oga adịghị na mma enu na ga-erubere anyị isi. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ga-anwere onwe ya, ọnụ ọchị ga-awụ ya. Maazị Paul Achebe, ọkwanụ anyị wakpatara nkụ arụrụ sịkwanụ ngwere bịara anyị ụgwọ. Ị na-anya, ị ga-afụ mgbe a na-egbu ndị be anyị na obi Igbo. Mgbe Nwike gọnarịrị ọbụla onye Igbo, kpọtakwa ndị amị Naijiria si ha bịa gbuekwa ụmụnne ya bụ ndị Igbo. Etinye anyị Nwodo ya ji eme investigeshọn ma lụrụ ihe mere Nwike ji egbu ụmụnne ya. Anyị Nwodo erukwa dị agụba n'ọnwa ike ka a ga-eso. Ihe ahụ ọ bụrụ mkparị, ihe ahụ ọ bụrụ mmadụ ị na-akparị onwe ya, o ruo ebe ngụba n'ọnwa ike ka anyị ga-eso. Hapụ investigeshọn ọ jere ime. Anyị bịara n'ọnọdụkwa na saịdị nke ya si na egbuo Nnama akwụọ 500,000 na egbukwa mmadụ akwụọ 500,000. Ihe ahụ ọ bụrụ mkparị ka ọ na-akparịkwa ụmụnne ya, akparị onwe ya. Joe Igbo kwa nọdị na Legọs na-atakụrụ ndị Igbo. Udene ya nọdị na Abuja ka ọ nọ na Kano na-atakụrụ ndị Igbo. Nna Okechukwu ha nọdị n'ebe ha nọ bụrụchapụ ọnụ na-atakụrụ ndị Igbo. Kedu onye Fulani nọ n'ala Igbo na-atakụrụ ndị Fulani? Kedu onye Yoruba Oduduwa Republic nọ n'ala Igbo na-atakụrụ ndị Yoruba? Kedu onye Medubet nọ n'ala Igbo na-atakụrụ ndị saịdị ahụ? So Maazị Paul Achebe anyị nwakọtara nkụ alụrụ si ngwere bịara anyị ụgwọ. Ije na famili niile nọ n'ala Igbo, onwere famili udo dị, ma ada azọ ana, a na-azọ ute, ma a sịrị gị nọ nne gị na-achọ gị, asị gị nọ nna gị na-achọ gị. Onye pastọ na-amara be nna gị ga-agwa gị na ihe na-achọ gị si n'ụlọ, na enyiri gị ọgwụ na nkụ gị chọrọ igbu gị. Ị na-ezo nkụ gị, ụmụ ọkụ ga na-eze gị. Ị na-eze mma Nkechi a na-eze mma gị. Etinye Igbo confusion, were confusion tisa Igbo arụ, anyị aka na-emu mgbe na-agagharị. Maazị Paul Achebe hapụ sọsọ ihe ga-azọpụta ndị Igbo because when I say Igbo, both Ijo, both Ogoni, both Isoko, both Igbanke, both Agbo, both Abakaliki, both Imo State, both Akwa Ibom, sọsọ ihe ga-azọpụta ha bụ Biafra, sọsọ ihe ga-azọpụta ha bụ inwe nation nke ha. Bie ndụ otu esi ebi ndụ, ndị be anyị juru na nga n'ụwa niile, ndị be anyị jukwa na nga na be anyị. Siril ndị nnọkwa na nga, ndị nnọkwa n'obodo a na-akpagbu ha dịkwa against Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, dịkwa against Biafra. Maazị ọbụla anyị ọkpata nkụ arụrụ si ngwere bịara anyị ụgwọ. Udo dị, sọsọ ihe ga-azọpụta ndị be anyị bụ Biafra. People support yourself, support Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, support Biafran DOS for a better tomorrow, for your children, children. Udo dịrị unu. That's my case.
Daalụ. Ọ nwere onye dere ife ọ dị here. Kunufo ka ndị banju edi nzuzu. Frederick Obum Ọnụbọgụ. Ifo ka iju edi nzuzu. Ka m gwazie gị, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is bigger than every Igbo man in Igbo land today. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is bigger than the entire Igbo because a man with the whole Igbo today. A man with the resolute, onye dị ka Maazị, onye dị half of onye Maazị dị n'ala Igbo tata. Etikọta Igbo niile ọnụ, ha elulo ka Maazị. Ọ bụrụ na ịmalụ ka m gwazie gị na. Kama Maazị ga-anwụ ka Igbo niile wipe out. Because half Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is better than ndị Igbo. Ka enyi nọ n'ala Igbo. Who is the person in Igbo land? Who is the person? Who is the person nọ n'ala Igbo? Chigozie Eze, greetings from here. Ị nụrụ ihe nwanne anyị nwoke kwu kịta mgbe Willie Obianọ na-achị Anambra steeti. Ọ sị gị that na ofu onye isi onye Igbo worth 500,000. Isi efi worth 500,000. Ka ife ọ na-agwa gị that you are a cow, that you are not a human being. Ọ gwa gị na ibu efi. Obianọ is comparing isi onye Igbo with isi efi. Echi niile ọ bụrụ na one idiot somewhere pụtazie shiggy na all your governors are drunkard, all Igbo governors are drunkard, then you will shout and start defending. Oh, we are not. Manogba gezioku. On one ugebe no na ndugu scatter any Igbo man shop and the governor pay any compensation. Man any efi mu today. Okay, see, Bazi, mego no na akun efi. Do you know? Then these are human beings. That is the problem. We can massacre Igbo people in Obi Igbo. Then select Nyanwodo with other Igbos. All there happen my investigation. Why do you massacre my people? Why did you kill my people? Kefo Ludia mere okubaka. Onyo kakulumaka. Obido kubaka. Kefo negosigi. Before you touch a Fulani man, you rather kill me. Now, the person, all these people, Suleiman who make that statement, in Olugan will check you on. See, these people, they represent who are they? Are they not the people who parted in Quarrel? Now, a batana this Biafra struggle. Ndi bonene ni neme. Umuada no there na support Bobrisky. Na-ebi ude echi niile Bobrisky pụtasị gị na ndị Igbo dị nzuzu itibe mkpu ịmanyibe enu eme ndị Igbo nke a eme ndị Igbo mana ọnụ aja aka unu na-ereti ndị ọzọ karịa ndị nke unu. Nyana maazị kwụlọtọ na ka nwoke nọ n'ala Igbo ga-apụta kwụlọtọ. Maazị kwụlọtọ today. Who is that Igbo man that is worthy to even claim Ma's issue? All those who bingo, people like Peter Obi, that don't know his left from right. A human being that is contesting for president is endorsing another person to become president, and they tell you that he is contesting. Peter Obi now contesting for president. Now I endorse article. If I'm not that person, my year. What can message on a pass? Article is my pass. On a baggy that I am going for vice president. On my Lutu Kuyaka. Igbo is campaigning, clamoring for Igbo presidency. Mr. Ibu is endorsing article. Kanu Wankwo, stupid Kanu Wankwo is endorsing Tinubu. JJ Okocha endorsed Tinubu. Now, mention one northern person that have picked any idiotic Igbo man and endorsed him. Only one. Mention one northern person. Mention one northern person, Emma. I am endorsing Ngige, or I am supporting Otaso Korausa, or I am supporting Peter Obi to become president. Mention no one. The highest thing you will see, let the power shift to east, which they know that east is not a name of person. Igbo shame. Ndị Igbo dị nzuzu. That is why you are saying, Kachineke gozi Apostle Suleiman. Undermine that Apostle Suleiman is a womanizer, is a drunkard pastor. But God used him to say the truth. Because I'm that is not Obulo Chineke Korea. But Obugo Nenu Ezioku no Nwanyala. Welu that Ezioku tufuo that Onyala. Welu that Ezioku Nsinonu Suleiman. Rapu Yobu na Nkreka Koyi. Rapu Yobu na Obu. Welu that Ezioku. That Ezioku is the most important thing. Many people were hurt. Many people were, the statement by Johnson Suleiman, he hurt you too much, but a person like me, or hurt them because that is the truth, simple truth. Shameless Igbo people, they are shameless. One I the shameless and the useless on top of the shameless. That is why up to today, the Igbo leaders have not come on a round table to know that they will only have to stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and they speak up. That for them to become relevant in as far as that contraption is concerned now, all of them must support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same way let Buhari supported Boko Haram and frustrated Jonathan, and they become president today. Now, it seems that Igbos are not the people killing themselves. Ruth Amechi is an Igbo man. Jonathan Ebele Goodluck is an Igbo man. Is that not how they are claiming now? Because Igbo presidency is loading. Who stopped Jonathan from entering River State? Is it not Ruth Amechi? Can as Buhari is now, can any governor in the north stop Buhari not to enter any northern state? But Ruth Amechi, bearing Igbo name, stop Goodluck Ebele Jonathan from entering, and he used the River State money to campaign for Buhari. What does that tell you? What Suleiman said is a very painful, bitter truth. The hardest truth about Igbo people is what you heard from Suleiman, and I give Suleiman kudos. Because of that, I have forgiven Suleiman for a kalakasera on Alabu before. I have forgiven him. In fact, for that, he said nothing but the truth. The people you see today fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are they not Igbos? Check Igbo today. Who are the cause? They are caused by the Igbo people. Do you know today in the history since Amogi, well now, or when you get any person, presidential aspirant from the north, Nachibu president, where they are Ali, where they are for any Igbo abona, shaking na ya bia ki Igwe anu adikwasi aka we ekpele konata a royal blessing from that Igwe. On when you get be no na Igbo, because Igbo sold themselves one kobo, tolo. Igbos don't have king. Before nature, how did the white people penetrate the Igbo land? But kita na because it's very simple. With money, Igbo man can do undo. What money cannot do in Igbo land does not exist. That is the one question you need to ask yourself. The very simple question. After 2023, when the Igbo people will fail to produce their so-called useless Igbo president, what will be the fate of an Igbo man in that contraption? What will be our fate? That is, we have to wait for another century of slavery. That is why you need to do everything humanly possible now to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, support IPOB. Not only Igbo leaders are our problem. We have so many Igbos, useless one for that matter. People like Okechukwu Isi Guzuro, the Igbo youth leader, or Haneze youth leader, is you can call in King Peter. Yes, you can call in if you want to call. Since all these problems start, who is Igbo man now standing for his people? To be honest, let us be sincere. Do you have any reasonable Igbo man that can stand to make a statement like a man in Igbo land? Do we have anyone? Rochas is a slave to Fulani Caliphate. Hope Uzodimba is a slave to Fulani Caliphate. Okezi Ikpeazu is a slave to Fulani Caliphate. The upcoming Watana Yeze, the upcoming slave, is also a slave to Fulani Caliphate. Chukwuma Soludo is a slave to Fulani Caliphate. Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Fulani chased that one out of his own state. A whole sitting governor, Fulani chase you out. And you have to call Abuja to beg Fulani to leave you. A whole sitting governor. Imagine, Obula IPOB, ka governor's convoy in Agafe, however, Nyeben, Obula ESM by Leben. Ugwuanyi will invite the whole 82 division battalion, invite all the whole, whatever it's called, to all the whole youth in Enugu will die that day. All of them will die. Greetings from here.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
And greeting to every great Biafran people listening under your platform. I really appreciate what you are doing. But my contribution is all these things in a Buketa now, and all these things you are saying is true. But what is the way forward and what is the solution to our freedom? Because if we keep on leashing on this, I've never seen anything that you will say here that is new to us, mostly we in the diaspora. Because we have proper information based on technology of social media. We have 24 hours internet and constant electricity. The most of information we do research that people back home cannot achieve based on the situation we found ourselves in Biafra. That is part of the reason we left that place to look for greener pasture. And that is why we are still suffering the same issue here in diaspora. Based on one issue or the other that has to do with the Akuko, based on Agacho, Onyocha, law, Kegalum, Kesbuya, Kega Bakwambo, Mando Donanga, Mando Chipego, Haji Bakwambo, Galo Onyocha, Kajos Nokuko. Here and the men of the whole universe. Ebiana South Africa, the same thing. Ebiana Germany, the same thing. Ebiana Switzerland, the same thing. Ebiana America, Canada, the same issue. And touch up for natural costs of way of every month to 15,000 euro, 20,000 euros. So that's our Pampago, EGG, Aqua ticket, 2,000 euro, 1,500 euro. Now, Laqua Piafa, Lawana La Biafra, Okado, Airport Ado, Egadakwana Lagos. All these things get done now, we all know it all. Very cheap, and only one greater point he make this program he make now. Kenye Fulani or a Hausa man, they're gonna leave Kereputano Chichi, which is 100% true. If almost our brothers or our so-called brothers, I will not deny them. And I can ready chicken. All these things we know it. But brother, I believe my own. I always say it every time. The solution one day. Alagada wow. Because I put your hand in where we came from with the solution. I need now to go here. Here you put Kitana from now before the ending of this April. Another one get many mistakes. Another thing get make when Anambra. Another one get make when Ebonyi State. Another one get make when Abia State. Another one get make all the whole part as far as Eastern is concerned. But what is the solution? Because the solution of people, if we have never visited any of this government, brother, I don't think, but my own pity, based on my own initiative, any action I take based on which I own, we are great people. I believe it somehow you might affect Mazin and they can have thought about it because we need to visit these people, my brother.
My brother. Sorry to interrupt you. The solution lies in the leadership of IPOB, who have the blueprint, the map of Biafra restoration. Because Mazin Namdekan is the leader of this very movement. He knows how he planned it, and he is not dead. He is still there working with the people he selected to work with. So you don't expect those people he selects to be telling us what they are planning when the time is not yet right. So since Mazi is the king of the game, that's how I call it. Draft or because in the time of when you are playing draft with somebody, your game is open in front of your opponent. Your opponent game is open in your own front. So it's a game of Onye Wali or wherever. So Mazi is still there, championing this very movement. And they have a set of people who he selected by himself to work with. And he told those people what to do and when to do it and how to do it. And when the game changes, they will change the dance step. Because in the bank, so at this point, I think the leadership of IPOB, the DOS, they know what they are doing because Mazin Namdekan, they communicate with Mazin Namdekan almost 2 times in a week. And everything is one after the other. Let me refer you to Sampe Master's dream or prophecy. But he himself, he called it a dream, but I call it a prophecy. He said that a time will come, they will be burning our bushes and everything. To the extent people will be losing hope. But at the end, people will rise to chase those criminals out, and the Mazi will come out. He said that Mazi will be kidnapped and put to prison. So what we have to do now, because if I say bring idea, yes, bringing idea is very good. But one question you ask yourself, if you bring this idea, do you have the capacity to implement that idea you bring out? If I bring the idea, do I have what it takes to implement that idea that I bring out? So there's people who have the capacity, the capability to implement what they have on their table, who are the leadership. So we must listen to the leadership and know when they give us go ahead, and know when the game change, and know when the titles change, so that we will not use in a hurry to spoil things. So I think the only solution now lies in Mazin Namdekan and the leadership.
Mazi, I'm just being diplomatic in one aspect. But when you are talking about POS, you understand me now? I don't want to be so pushy about that statement. You know the kind of person you are talking to. I'm just being diplomatic, and I will not push further about that. Let me tell you one thing, Mazin Namdekan told us. He said to us, anything we can do. He didn't mention it must be DOS or something like that. He said anything we can do.
No, he said anything you can do, not we. He used the word you.
When they listen to me, when a tree does not make a forest.
That is what we are saying.
Anything Chigose can do. Or we are IPOB is getting one family. A tree is not a family. You are my brother. You are an Igbo man. In our time, more than our time in Ebesh. Ofu mena like a monagoshi. Yetagona. Ofuchuku kaimona genefe. Ofuchuku kikabioma kamona gena konogubai. Yetagona. For example, now, if I might ask you this simple question. Since Mazin Namdekan
has been under the custody. If I might ask you this simple question, and I will need an answer. What have DOS done for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free?
One,
What have DOS?
One.
Because, can we finish? Listen, brother, please, let me finish, because I'm here to speak out my mind. Because as a leader of the, as a DOS now, as the people we are looking up to, till today, they have not told us how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was being hijacked from Kenya to Nigeria. At least a leader should show good example to the people that is listening to the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hand over the staff of authority to lead us to the promised land. But till today, DOS have never told us how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was captured in Kenya to Nigeria. Till today, DOS have never told us how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was being sold out to the Janjaweed people. Till today, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been under the custody of the Fulani people. When we are not talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not in Nigeria, it was in Kenya, hijacked. DOS was not able to give us any proper information how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was hijacked to Nigeria till today. If I'm not right in what I'm saying, then put me through there. As DOS have never given us any proper information on how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was being hijacked, because the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have direct contact with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. DOS people have direct. I don't have direct contact. You don't have it, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave them the autonomous power. You understand me now? Which they are the one that know that anywhere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go, at least there's some strong people like Chief Producer now know more about some certain things that we don't know. But he cannot be able to give us any concrete, at least as our leader. Look at Sunday Igbo now, for example, is out. But look at our leader suffering.
Mazi, you said you have question. Can you be specific so that I will address your question? Because there are so many people who want that question to be answered.
My question is this. Why did DOS today have never tell us how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was hijacked from Kenya to Nigeria?
Okay, let me answer that question. Now, the reason why DOS have not made it public how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and everything happened is because they are in court with the Nigerian government. They want Nigeria to tell the world how they kidnapped their leader, so that when the Nigerian government lied to the world and they lied to the court, they will hold that statement that comes from Nigerian government to deal with Nigeria. If the DOS first release a statement how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and everything, Nigeria will use that their statement to cover up many things. They will know that the leadership have known more than everything that's conspired. So they have to keep it to themselves, so that a day of court, when they will be charging Nigeria, Nigeria will be denying, they will be now be shocking them, bombarding them with proofs and evidence. That is why the DOS is more intelligent, not as we think. Because telling me and you how Mazi was kidnapped is as the same thing telling the Nigerian government, who they are in the same court with in Kenya, what they're about to do. And you know what that thing means? They can cover everything with money. There is some evidence which in one of Ifeanyi Ejiofor's statements, he said that he have obtained the proofs of what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, that the initial plan was to eliminate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but Chukwu Okike Abiama saved him. How do now, to your own, if Ifeanyi Ejiofor release such sensitive proof to the public for me and you to be satisfied, and Nigeria went and doctored that video and present it, how will you now defend the case in Kenya? So at that point, you have to be forcing the zoo government to first of all release a statement how Mazi was kidnapped. You have to be pressuring the zoo government to release a statement. How do they capture Mazi? How do they rendition him without passing through process For example, the same through process they are passing now through with the Abakayari. These are the reasons why the US kept that secret, because, like I said, it's a draft. Your game is in your front. My game is in your front. We are looking at it.
But you said DOS are keeping something that has to go to international. Which me and you know that as far as that country is concerned, Nigeria, you can do, undo, and get away with it. As that I don't see Nigeria as a country. I've never seen in my life since I was born that a whole somebody like Mazen Carlo, which the world know today, let me say, any station doesn't even have rights. Any news broadcaster doesn't even have rights to go to the courts. People don't have rights. Even your age in Igbo doesn't have right to go to the court. And you see that as something that you want to still talk like with me, and you don't know what we are talking about Nigeria. I don't see Nigeria as people who, as a country that, or anything is working. Nothing is working. So they are just doing on the week. You know the truth. But we want to take that. Let me finish now. You just spoke. Let me make my own point. Now, there's a proof that we know that we have an international lawyer, which is coming from America, which we can facilitate. We can use that proof that we have, which the DOS have, to use it against the Nigerian government. And this will facilitate for the release of Mazen, and if we have proof, we can fire it to the International Court of Law. You cannot be having a proof and keep it under your cupboard.
Can I ask you one question?
Wearing one clothes.
Can I ask you one question?
Going to how many along now?
Can I ask you one question?
Ask me, my brother.
With your statement you just made here just now, he said that DOS kept the information which they're supposed to use in international case to themselves. Did any IPOB legal team or lawyer tell you that he sues any issue to international case and the request for the proof, and the DOS deny him the proof to present to international court?
Then what is the work of DOS?
No, yes or no? The question is, did any IPOB lawyer tell you that he is having he sues Nigeria in international case court, and he needs a proof of what happened in Kenya from the DOS, and the DOS refused to give any of this lawyer all the necessary proofs and the equipment that he needs to present? Have any lawyer complained about that?
I think what I will do here, I will start listening to I will keep on listening to your own, your broadcast. I'm still on your platform. Let me keep my opinion to myself, because nobody is a child. I've lived in Europe for many years, and I can be able to tell you that the same thing you are just driving here today is the same thing me and you are suffering for that. You are using about Suleiman. Do you understand me? Like there's one of my brother, I watch his program today. Oh, and I call household enemy. You see, anything me and you are talking today, we are suffering for our own stupidity. You understand me now? Really, because Mazen Nande Carlo is not my own brother, but I take him as my own, not my brother. I call him my father, because he's one of the most wisest man I've ever seen in Igbo that stand fame. Because Mazen Nande Carlo have what it takes to be a multi-billionaire. But Mazen Nande Carlo sacrificed his life and blood and experience for me to get my freedom, for me I have to go to Igbo and live a better life in Abayo, which I can be able to be whatever I want to be in Ala Biafra. But due to the insecurity, due to even common since I was born to today, the whole Eastern region has done Igbo, but we have only one bridge that connects me and you together to the Eastern region. So all these things we are talking here today, I will still state it today, we are not ready for our freedom. And I will still tell you here today. Indeed, we are not ready to get our Biafra. If we are ready to get Biafra, one day, we let's sacrifice ourselves for our children.
My brother,
if you cannot take the bull by the horn, if you are following something that we are seeing every day, our people are dying.
My brother,
people are dying every day. People are still dying.
My brother,
finish now. People are dying. Maybe because it has never affected my own family. Maybe that's why maybe I'm still pampering something I know that the truth has already been prevailed. We see opens of them are talking nonsense.
My
they
brother,
talking nonsense, telling us we are still suffering to today. Let me finish now. Our brother are in prison in Italy. Our brother are in prison seeking asylum in Germany. Our brothers are suffering all over the world, even in African countries. Our brothers are in Dubai. Everybody is suffering. We are still pampering something that we are. But I know what it means to take freedom. Freedom has to do with something that has to do with sacrifice. It's like we are pampering the people that are using us to do caricature. We all know the truth. We all have privilege to have internet and social media. We all know the truth. We all see the people that they say, nobody is representing us as far as Igbo is concerned, apart from one man, Mazen Nadekal, that take his time to lecture us and indicate us to many things we don't know. I don't tell anything we are doing on social media. Mazen Nadekal have finished it. Mazen Nadekal will say, if we don't see him, we will take action. No jigo we are charged. Now, if he die, he's also no going to himself.
So you want Mazi to die?
I'm just talking about what I know. It doesn't mean.
Okay, Mazi, can I ask you? The first question I asked you did not answer. I want to ask you another question. Can a soldier go into war without a commander?
Can a soldier go to war?
Yes, without commander.
No.
So now, who is the commander that you want to, that you are telling to command, so that something will start?
Who is the commander? It's Mazen Nadekal.
And he is where?
Why are you asking where is he?
Because according to you, you said that we need to take the bull by the horn. Yeah. Let us start doing something. And I told you that the leadership is in charge, and you are trying to make me feel like, or make us to understand that the leadership is not doing anything. And you now use the word, Mazinam can say, if you know anything you can do for Biafra to come, do it. And I correct you, I say, Mazin say you, not we. Now, you have not do. Okay, if anyone rise up to do something.
Achebe, do you think we don't have the power to capture two governors in Biafra land?
Can you do that?
Whether can I do that? Can I do it alone?
Mazin Nnamdi Kanu put 100 million bounty on Wike's head. Why didn't you capture Wike and take that 100 million to prove Mazin Nnamdi Kanu can do it?
Can I do it alone?
With your men,
ask me a question, whether can I do it? Can I do it alone?
With your men.
You say what?
With your men.
With my men. You are part of my men now.
I'm not part of your men.
Then take care, brother.
Dalo. Our people, we need action. We need action. For more than 8 months, we need action. We need action. Out of patience have made us to think that freedom is what you can achieve under 1 week. Freedom is something that moves gradually. Like I said, everything you are doing here, everything that will lead to Biafra restoration is a draft. I don't know if you know how to play draft well. When you are playing draft, you will be calculating your game. I will be calculating my game. Why I am calculating my game, I am calculating your own, because I am seeing your own in my right, in my front. This Biafra station, the game Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is playing is like a draft in the front of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and in the front of Nigerian government. You must be extraordinary smart. You got the extraordinary smart to beat your opponent. If not, your opponent will beat you. Your opponent will beat you. That is why the reason why the leadership will not tell you anything, their plan is because as I am making this broadcast, the people that are listening to me most are the enemies. We have a caller here. Greetings from here.
Hello, Master Achebe. Are you still online?
Yes, I'm still on air.
Oh, okay, right.
Do you have any tough question, please? That tough question that people are running away from, bring it to me. I will dissolve it here, please. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Now, the name is Voice of Oduduwa. I'm an Oduduwa. You know me, we have interaction before in those days and they taught me, but I'm glad that you are back with the family. Now, I'm really happy. The day you called to apologize, I was crying because I've been expecting that. I really pray for you. I pray for you, and God is going to be with you. Thank you for that. Now, I'd like to comment on the question that the question that man is asking, that who stole Mercy? Like I say, I'm from Oduduwa. If you begin to answer that DOS will come out and say this is the person who stole Mercy, you don't know who I am. Even that guy that is asking, you don't know why he's asking. You don't even know, maybe it's an agent. They say you, maybe it's you. You don't expect DOS to come out and say, oh, this is the person who stole Mercy. This is the person who stole Mercy. And then those people will go and regroup and redress, and while Mercy is still in the dungeon, what do you think they're going to do to him? That's what they plan to kill before, if the secret is out. So I don't know what he's thinking. There are some things that they're not supposed to be asking now. The person that they sold is here and is going to come out alive by the grace of God. Then we shall see where to start from. Those who sold Mercy, they are listening to your program now. Even if you don't know them, and they will be harvesting information. Oh, they know us, they have known us, this is what they are planning to, this is this. Then what do you expect them to do? If not to regroup and refire again. So I beg people, I enjoy people. If you want to ask questions in the open media like this, we should know what you want to ask. Please, people, if truly you love Mercy and you love this freedom fighting, you love IPOB, know the type of question you'll be asking. The question that has been put aside, it is the way forward we know. Now, when the time comes, everyone that is involved will pay for their sin. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, and remain blessed. Thank you. I think I need them to come with the hard questions. Those questions that they used to think they can disgrace. I need it. Greetings. Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Good evening from here, Accra, Ghana. Mazi Achebepo. This is Madu Biafra TV, Mazi Chinenye.
Okay. Go ahead, my brother.
Thank you so much for picking this call. I think I've not seen your call like this on the screen before. Wow. Mazi, you see, these people that are calling, especially that caller that just called right now, that person, to me, the question that they are asking is foolish, because that person must be a secret agent. You see, whenever they throw these questions, two things come in my mind. Number one, is either this person is an agent of Nigerian government that wants to know if truly, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told his people what happened to him. If truly there is an information on ground already about how he was sold, that is one. Another thing that comes to my mind is even Simon Ekpa and his group have recruited some people to be coming on our platforms to ask these questions so that they will be sure that their names have not been mentioned or something.
Are you still there? Your network is quite disturbing.
Now that whatever information they need, they cannot get it right now until
I think our brother network is It's really disturbing. It's disturbing. Please, this is question time. Come with your question so that other people who might be passing through or bothering with that your question, I can give the answer. So don't shake about any question, because every question that comes here have an answer. I don't run away from question. King So, I think you can come with your question. If you have, call in. The number is there. Not being on the comment section. Somebody called me on a signal, and my signal, I think, let me call the person back. He's not picking. I think caller on signal, you can call back if you are still there. So at this point, like I told you people, come with that difficult question. We are well prepared. We are well prepared, because
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the program. Please tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Good evening, Kadu.
I'm fine at the moment.
My name is Anama from UK.
After Bogeni.
Chinelo.
Okay, Chinelo Ganiru. Join question. Join question now, Kalaka. That difficult question. Throw it, bring it on.
Mommy, that person, that man, Anna Megatolia, na Plaondeni has also landed to through Simon Eppa. That man. Each time Hannah organ on a promoter, because on I see here our leader could have misinterpreting Hoku. Each may have step out from IPOB. Get step out from IPOB. Oh, honey, that I'm that man. So, this another one is about what is name? This Suleiman topic today. The man who could record the 200% correct to me.
Exactly.
There is nothing when you could do wash. Nothing. Ajola Anama do this thing asking people this question. Say, one look at Burundi. Your brother is doing something good. Instead of you to support him, or even again when he can support you, you enter your room.
Simple.
Or sign you one. Ajola say, if no one then now you say, oh, I know about Ken and Babel or something like that. What is happening? Legodi ka ojele. Nyawa nemecho ojele ka hanya contract na what those people. Now they are in every day our leader on a court. Organ eba ne rubbish. You know do tuki. Look at Nelly. Look at Sema. Yeah, Mendi also somebody like Sema.
My sister, that name I don't want it to be mentioned in this platform. My sister,
our people.
That name I don't want it to be mentioned here. You can use Akwa Ibom Bobrisky or Calabar Bobrisky.
Yes, Akwa Ibom Bobrisky.
Yes.
With Mazinelli.
Exactly.
And the one that Simeon. Honey, initially, when our leader had this problem, everybody was confused, including me. But at last, when you see the truth, or they don't have brain, can you imagine? I don't know, they are not nothing. Nwada Simon Ekpa n'onwe ka ya ihe niile our leader kwuru ọ bịa ya turn ya upside down. Let me explain in the other way. Please, let me, I want to enter here. No, no, yeah, this thing, but permit me to say it.
Use 1 minute, please, so that others can call in.
Yeah. This boy, or critics news. That critics news. On a ton, this thing, Suleiman ukwu gị cheke program o mere ebe ọ na-agụ news ya ọ sị gị na Suleiman against the Igbos and DOS. Suleiman never mentioned DOS there. Or mentioned DOS? No. Amam.
Critics News Abula IPOB just a blogger. So, and the bloggers, we don't take their words serious. That is the game. They must twist anything to draw the attention of the people. So don't.
But they are misleading our people. All these wayward people.
Mazinam, they cannot say they can mislead people, not IPOB. You check the people, IPOB people. Ndapubu before you check if na hanchali na nachi etego.
Yes, now.
The people not supposed to do. Ablo IPOB.
Yeah. So
that's how it is. My sister go out.
My contribution out there now. Suleiman is 100% correct. Onye we you change your character.
Exactly. Agwam here now.
Why you change your character? Chineke nyere anyị ihe niile mana that is trouble na anyị n'ime onye wiwe ya change character.
It's as simple as
all
that.
Of them.
Dalu.
Thank you.
Dalu.
Jishike.
Dalu. Igbo di nzuzu, no doubt about that. I have a caller here. Greetings from here.
Yeah, greetings, Margaret report. Greetings from here. Okay, we're calling from London, my brother.
Okay, go ahead. Draw your question.
Yeah, the question I'm trying to come to go just one personal question, then guys forward, go 1 or 2 things, drops. So I'm trying to get a now that they will back to your family and they want everything I got on IPOB now. How do you feel about it and how Katinshi addresses you notice everything and made up your mind and make your decision. And the young other people not going to IPOB follow out like that place maybe. A lady movement. Are they coming back or on a knee hearing? Back or to teach you back.
Okay, Dalurin, this question is very simple. First of all, like no place like home. That word, no place like home. Well, that is the worst thing that will happen to any IPOB member is when you leave the family. The moment you leave the family, believe it or not, there must be a spirit that will left you. And when that spirit left you, you will feel empty. And any day you come back to the family, that spirit will come back. There is a joy that will be in you. Double joy. Attention. Because I am speaking for myself. I am speaking for myself. So as I am now, there is a joy in me. Now, for other people who might, maybe they are not yet able. That is why when I come back, the message I pass is for them. I encourage them. And my mission and my own job, any of them, their personal number, all my job, they have back, so that they will not follow the wrong way and perish. Because Obu Namba Hankiti, however, no gideno Luis Yang where Todie, Ngeketekwa or Kiamakana. Oh, when Bensokwa were nasi, Kaigan ebediona. So Kita Nat to go, Ngachikwa, Nachitekwa never Angalunu Gabanos Adloni. So, my hapus also hammer, Kahataba Ofia, Ngana Gwaha, and then didn't man not around me. I can assure you, they put many calls. Many of them are not yet.
Okay, my Jokwa, Dika, ndị na-echekwa IPOB na ndị na-protect struggle a mgbe ihe a na-eme were godo n'ofu olu okwu were kwuo okwu maka n'isi ha ihe ichere ma ihe nwere ike ikwu about the people protect the struggle or maybe protect the structure the man hapụrụ before ọnụnwa alaghachite back ele ihe nwere ikwu ha
so ofu okwu ka m ga-agwa ha. Ofu okwu a m ga-agwa ha bụ ka Chukwu okike abịa ama chekwebe ha n'ụtụtụ n'ehihie n'abalị. Ọpụpụ ha na mbata ha ga-adị ihe agọziri agọzi. And mmụọ ọbụla ga-eme ka ha dapụ Chineke ya ewepụ.
Okay. Yeah. Maga n'ihu kwa agbanye m chọrọ ekwu. Maazị biko ihe m chọrọ ịrụtụ aka ebe saịdị ọnụ nwa ndị na-apụta na social media ekwu okwu. Biko I can need more awareness. This coming up end of the month. At least, when jingle, they should be able to provide for you. We need more awareness because that in Nabian Obuko and the break confrontation. Our people get work with that thing. So we have to you people not on social media people to go more awareness on it. Yes.
Nke a bụ ọlụ dịla anyị. Nke a bụ mụnwa ga-ebidogo dị oge na-adịla anya maka na ọlụ anyị ka ọrụ.
Maazị ihe ọzọ m chọrọ ịkụzi wee tọpụ ọfụ bụ achọrọ m eso ekele dịrị ego nwa and ekelere nke ọfụma n'ọrụ ị na-ahụ na ihe ị na-eme kelekwe jiro kelekwe Chiamaka achọ ihe niile abụdị ndị anyị na ha nwechaburu problem before but I thank God that ihe m na-ekwu n'obi m asị m ka mmadụ dị ka Chiamaka ajere turn back. Nobody else cannot even come back. Exactly. This is how I take it because I see him as the most qualified and the most highest autopilot member as of them. But ka mmadụ dị otu aha mere return wee mara na things nwere otu o kwesịrị isi wee dị. I believe na all of them na nnukwu olu m tupu autopilot need to make a U-turn because enwere one guy kpọrọ m yesterday wee jụọ ọwụ na autopilot member wee jụọ question m jụrụ ya bụ ihe tọn ebe a jụrụ m ya sị ya ọ bụrụ na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu pụta today so na ihe unu na-eme ọ na-anaghị eme na kedu ihe nwere ike ime ọsọ m na ihe nwere ike ime ha biko wee sị na ọgwa nna ihe unu na-eme na unu mebisiri everything about Maazị kedu ihe unu nwere ike ime ya sị na enweghị American nsi ọkụ mgbe akwa IPOB anwụrụ ya sị yes nchụkwa ya against ya enwere ihe unu provided as autopilot as a group to help Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ya sị mba nsi ele onye unu na-eme expect ka ọ na-enye unu information agwụ na otu Maazị ahụ ọ dị ya ma ahụ adịghị ya otu condition ya dị ma ọsọ m na ọ from the lawyers and ihe DOS ha wutere nsi ka ejikwe the need of being an autopilot member ọsọ m ya ma ha so ka ọ na ekwuchara that thing or return all back to family. So I just want to say this and thank you very much for standing up and making the right decision and putting the struggle forward. I really appreciate that very much, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you and remain blessed. Almost here, Biafra. We have another caller here. Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Hello, Matt.
Ndewo. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
My name is Ebuka. I'm calling from my location.
Your location?
Can you hear me?
And the Nolona Bongo?
Hello?
You are not in the zoo and you are hiding your location. Go ahead.
My location, Russia now. You can see my phone number.
I want you to mention it.
I'm calling you from Russia. My name is Ebuka.
Go ahead, Ebuka. Ask your question.
Yeah. Mazi, there is something I want to say because I want to connect it with exactly what Apostle Suleiman said, as to regards with Igbo people, how we usually treat our own. You understand? And from my own observation, because I'm an IPOB member, I'm an indigenous person of Biafra, and I've been seeing every event that's been going on in IPOB since the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I may not say that this whole thing started in his absence. Maybe while he was here with us, some of these things may have been happening, but some people, maybe people did not see it because it was in the secret or somehow. And that's the only way I can say that we really got it wrong, by bringing out all these all these kind of things that has been happening for the past 8 months in the public, and everybody, the whole world was seeing it. Those that make fun of it out of us, they do that. And those that also see the reasons why we are doing it, everybody with their own different opinions. Now, I will tell you categorically clear that everything that has been happening in IPOB, in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I only blame it on one person. Yes, and the reason why I'm saying this is because the DOS, they really failed in some aspects. And now I want to ask you a question. This Simon Ekpa that people are, I know you have a different view about Simon Ekpa.
Mazi, ask your question so that you don't have the whole time.
Can you hear me?
Ask your question.
Yeah, this Simon Ekpa that people are calling on your program, criticizing, saying all kind of things about him. I want to ask you a question. Is Simon Ekpa, working against this very struggle that we are into, or is Simon Ekpa working with the enemies, our oppressors, those enemies of this very struggle? I want you to answer me that.
That is one question, because you have not asked a different question. You said, according to your question, you say, is Simon Ekpa working against the struggle? And the second one is Simon Ekpa working with the enemies? Of course, anyone who is working against the struggle is working with the enemy. And of course, Simon Ekpa is not working with for the Biafra restoration, because you cannot be working with someone who have rejected Biafra and who said that Biafra is a curse name. And you say,
no, I did not say Biafra.
Listen.
I know why I say it like that.
Don't allow me to cut you off. Listen.
Is Simon Ekpa? Can I repeat the question so you can understand me better?
I understand your question perfectly. Now, the answer to your question is that Simon Ekpa is not working for Biafra, because if you are working for IPOB under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you have to follow the structure and the plan and everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. So once you go against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commandment, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, that means you are on your own. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say that DOS is the highest decision making. Anything Chike Doziem says goes. If you are not comfortable with it, you get out. That is how he put it.
Good.
So allow me to finish. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still alive, and he is still working with that leadership and the Chike Doziem. They are working together. And you are here telling me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a failure, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have failed you, because by saying that DOS have failed you, automatically you are telling me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have failed you, because up till now, Mazi is still working with DOS. So Simon not taking order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and going against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu command and control is totally against the IPOB movement. So that is the answer.
Thank you.
Once
okay.
you are out, you are out.
Yeah, I don't want to take much time.
Can I ask you one question?
My last final question.
Can I ask you one question?
I understand. Can I go ahead?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I understand very clearly that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in one of his previous instructions, said that whatever thing that the DOS says goes. He said it as our own leader that we should understand and know the importance of that structure. Now, that structure is an office. There are individuals who occupy that very structure. We make the structure to be effective. And the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, has told us before that any day he comes out to tell us that in here, no one is going to the next person behind him should take him out. This was a very good example that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had laid down. Now, for me now, saying that DOS has failed, I have my reason. And if you want, I can give you my reason.
I don't need your reason. I want to ask you a question.
No, I have not asked you my question.
Then you ask your question. 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 Now, I want to answer your question.
The question I want to ask you is that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had given this kind of example, that if he is not maybe tell us that this thing no is that there's somehow they do this, then the next person behind him can take him out. Now, and we see people,
my brother,
now, hello, because he's the leader of the DOS.
Hello, caller.
And if we now see him,
hello, Mr. Man, can you ask your question? Ask your question. If you don't know the meaning of question, you said you want to ask question. My brother, ask your question. Go straight to your question. Stop beating around the bush. Ask your question.
The question is, if the DOS are now trying to bring us to hellfire, are you saying because it is a structure and command and control, we all have to follow and enter into that hellfire?
Yes, because DOS is taking the order from Mazi. Listen, don't allow me to cut you. DOS is taking order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Listen, don't allow me to cut you. You ask question. You have
can
to
cut me.
listen, Mr. Man. Allow me to answer you. 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 You ask question. You have to keep quiet and listen to the answer. Simple. That is how it's been done anywhere. You cannot ask question and start making noise. Your question is...
Okay, yeah. Random.
Now, the answer to your question, if DOS, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu give them order, because everything DOS says come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Once DOS give that order, since you are obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you have to obey the order, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the person who gives that order, not Chike Gosiem, not DOS. DOS take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
No, I disagree with you.
You can listen from background. DOS take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and give to you. You have to obey it. If you have any question, you will go to DSS custody. You ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that question. Did you authorize this thing? If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now tell you no, then you ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, DOS did something like this. Did you authorize it? You have not sent anyone to DSS. You have not confirmed from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You have not done any verification. You have not verified anything. And you are sitting down in your pillow, in your bed. Now say DOS have failed you. No, things are not done like that. is command and control. So the moment you disobey DOS, automatically you have disobeyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi told you whatever DOS says goes. He did not tell you that you should come and select. And if you think that DOS have failed you, what you need to do is to Mazi say, if you know what you can do to bring Biafra, you do it. Man, I leave DOS, leave IPOB, stand on your own, bring Biafra for us, my brother. We will clap and follow you. In fact, MAP will sing, holy, holy, holy. I will put your name, because you abandon DOS, you abandon IPOB, you abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you bring Biafra. That is how you take that is how men do something. Not lying down on top of your woman and be saying DOS have failed. And you cannot stage ordinary protest, one-man protest. You cannot stage it. You cannot do anything. Those of you saying DOS have failed, what have you achieved for good 9 months? Our leader have been kidnapped. What have you done? You shout economic sanction for more than 9 months now. Have they implemented it? The answer is no. So Mazi is alive. Let me receive this question. Please, when you call, listen. When you ask your question, you must listen. If you start making noise, I will cut you off. Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you are calling from. Turn down your listening device, please. Turn down your listening device. Yes, greetings from here. Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
My name is Ofo. I'm calling from United States of America. I'm just listening to you. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate you, first of all, because I was one of the people that cried when you are misled with what is going on. And the day you call on Radio Biafra, even before you call on Radio Biafra to apologize and they come back with the family, before then, you're already speaking good, which you already come back. But the day you make it official was the day you called on the Radio Biafra, and I was listening to you. The day you do that, believe me, we throw a party. What I'm saying, mean a party, we call champagne, we do some dorime, because it's like I want something on with the list of phone and carry on no money. You're a very important person, very real personality. When you say men, you're a man in every ratification. So that's why I cry. You know, you're on the social media, you don't know who knows you. A lot of us are listening to you, and you're a very intelligent man. More than any other person, your understanding, your wisdom is unbelievable. When it comes to 100 men Nnamdi Kanu is talking about, believe me, if it's to say long age appointed by appointment, you're one of them. Believe me, more than others that are bragging or trying to, put to themselves. So as some Kachineke, onye primi henine, tuko kikabiawa, onye the inner and the outer strength to continue this struggle.
You see?
Because you don't know how I feel about it. I shed tears about you. So I'm just today is my first time calling your program. I just can't keep it anymore. I want to say thank you to you. Keep it up. Then in today's program is very wonderful. Apostle Suleiman, even though we don't like his face, but that truth that he spoke is what we're trying to analyze. And what he's saying that happened to Kadibo and other people, Pius Anyamanya, is something autopilot are doing today. Nnamdi Kanu, 1 minute is out of the way, just Goje Bute 10 commandments, they like it back. Autopilot, because of his really recognition, he now threw everything. Autopilots who are destabilizing this, trying to destabilize because he cannot, because IPOP is a monster.
Caller from Germany, hold on.
Let never given the kind of water to drink, and then the kind accepted it. It is only common recognition from television. Just as the kind God blessed him with the open mind to accept and encourage anybody. That's all. And he's thinking that he has arrived. And just imagine if Simon Ekpa is one of these people that sleep and they drink and they eat within Nandekano every day. What do you think will happen? Or Nandekano has visited him in his house. You know, when Nandekano travel, maybe he sleep in his house during that travel. He has such evidence that Hamadike can come to Finland and spend day or week in his house. Do you know by now he will arrest all the USA officers. He will arrest them because he will want to prove this man sleeping. He have evidence to do that because Hamadike sleep in his house. So, Chike Dozie has been with Hamadike. All DOS has been staying with Hamadike for many years. They are not bragging about it. They are not showing off about it. They are not telling us the type of car they drive. They don't telling us where they are working. They are not exposing all those things because this is struggle. When someone comes somewhere, they begin to do celebrity with our life. He doing celebrity with our life and putting us a lot of men in danger, killing our people in black land, renting talk, manipulating everything Ahmadike have done. Everything Ahmadike have done, suffer and do, we manipulate all of them. He comes to IPOP, autopilot. He comes to Embrand. He comes to ESN. He comes to fundraising, everything. He photocopy all of them. But I just want to let you know we are watching. This is not a show business. If it is by show business, he's not gonna get it. But it's by discipline. It's by discipline, and that's what controls this thing we're doing. So all these things that are asking you some kind of question, trying to make argument. Even in the Bible said that if you keep 9 commandments out of 10 and fail one, that you're not going to inherit the kingdom of God. Chocolate of disobeying the command of the leadership and the onion, and the saying you're not going to take an instruction from him. And in fact, let me put it in your platform today. Are you listening to me?
Yes, go ahead. But please round up.
Thank you. I'm putting in your platform today. By 18th of next month, Hamadike is going to court. And or I'm promising or I'm saying I'm putting out $6,000, $6,000 they go flight ticket and the hotel for Simon Ekpa and Nello to be able to go and give solidarity to Hamadike, just to show. Let it be. It's not that something one. It's just for them bring themselves to Abuja and be one of the people who will be outside holy. Nandekano is another savior. Guys, support that. Not just gonna mean. I will put it in their platform and putting it $1,000 is their flight ticket and their hotel. I'm gonna pay for it. We have like almost 1 month to go or 3 weeks to go. If they confirm it, I will send you the money or the ticket, however they want it, any hotel of their choice. I just want them to do something that is physical. Because in America here where we work, after you do what is called knowledge test, they will put you in what is called skill test. So prove that thing you've been saying, you read, you studied, put it in the scale, meaning practical. So we'll be talking on the social media, we'll be being champion here. Let me provide them their transportation to go and solidarize to Nandekano. That's all. If they can do that, at least we can add it to their resume that during this period they were there and visited Hamadike. It's not going to cost them any money. Once they approve this thing, once they say they are ready and give me the information, I will purchase their ticket. $6,000 will do this job, I'm telling you, because I know how much I spent when I went last time to deal with Amadike. Do you understand? I mean, when I went to Abuja last time, I know how much it cost me. It cost me less than $2,500. But I'm putting in $6,000 because all know we take on the gap. So they might like to stay in a 5-star hotel. No problem. So put it down and put it as a challenge. That's what I'm saying. Thank you to my brother, and continue doing what I'm doing. United States of America is tight, no shaking. IPOP is strong. Last week we were in New York doing our protest. You know, so if anybody telling you anything is going on, no, it was those institutions that are trying to get attention. The IPOP family are strong and the fight. Nothing. We are doing our monthly dues. Instead of doing the, coming out there announcing what we're doing it secretly. We are doing monthly dues, and our money is going. We're paying for TSN. We are paying for normal thing we do. We also do some launches with the way we are doing it. Because that's the we have money. You know that. But if we don't throw our money like that, because we have a lot of things to do with money. But I just want to leave it like that. Continue doing what you are doing, and God will continue to bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Dalurin Dalu. Kachuko Kikabia Magozi. Now, Ndoto pilot, Unanugoniana is an open challenge. If Simon and Nelly will take up this challenge, this our brother will buy ticket for them and the Lord launch them in a hotel so that they can see Mazinam Nikan one-on-one and everything will happen. Cut this video, send it to them, and if then anytime they are ready, let them contact me. The deal will be done. Caller from United Kingdom, welcome to the program.
Yeah, my Lord. I could not get in the car. Some direct call because when I'm calling a workshop, it's not going through. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah. IPOB.
One family.
One family.
IPOB. Ayokochinchim. Ndone wenya webe. Ndona asu nyasubaha. Osukosu wampi. Nyasu bondi.
The first person that called that was asking why is it down? DOS has not come to tell them why how Nnamdi Kanu was transitioned to Nigeria. You know, sometimes there are some people I don't want to marry in my land. People that don't have brain. The case is in the court. How can you come and start? The Nigerian government did not tell you how they transition Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. But you want DOS to come and explain to you guys how they transition Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. You know, sometimes I can't get it. I can't get what is wrong with our people. I cannot get it. And that's why Bobrisky, we continue telling the rubbish. And the evil people, I'm not trying to do division here. They will have to be frank, we have to be plain.
Exactly.
The people who sometimes deal with this stupid Bobrisky of a time that necessarily tried to advise yesterday, was saying necessarily he's talking about my mom. He's talking about my mom. You are talking about your mom, but you too, you do not respect your mom. I'm trying to give you advice. And you don't know that when your mom dies, you are going to give your mom a respect. And so
the last respect.
I see you. You are cutting. You do think that your mom is going to deal with from the grave. It's you, because you disrespected her. It's you that your mom is going to deal with. because you're supposed to give your mom a respect, and you refuse to give your mom a due respect. And another person tries to advise you, you are talking nonsense. And some of the Igbo people will go there and be supporting this stupid kind. The same stupid kind is the person that will tell you that Igbo, they don't have brain. And some people are the ones supporting him, giving him super chat, giving him. No, there are a lot of things wrong with us. So what can we do? Some of us that have brain, we are going to reset their brain, either by force or by fire. I was like, as I normally said, I don't have any problem with salmonella. The salmonella is a parasite that needs to be detached from IPOB, because he's not a member of IPOB, because he wants to attack himself. Somebody who is not part of IPOB. What if he's the one that is cheated or China, he would have killed all of us. He would have killed all of us. Power is intoxicating you, and power is intoxicating you, causing a lot of problems everywhere from an organization you do not belong. And people are following you talking nonsense. And people are asking a lot of rubbish questions, which I don't understand. My brother, anyway, my father knows the most important thing I understand I want them to do is next time I'll come up with a name.
They have already come up with a name.
Today and said that he is in charge of this particular name. I will never call his name unless he called DOS. He shouldn't attach himself to Martin Mandekano. But when Mandekano moved away from Uwazurike, he detached himself from Uwazurike.
Exactly.
He doesn't mix up with Uwazurike. So now you cannot do a parasite committing a lot of nuisance, creating a nuisance all over, and you don't want to take responsibility. That is my problem with Simon F. I don't have problem with Simon F. Because you can fight your Biafra anyhow you want it, in any angle you want it. But you can't use another person to climb. That is my problem with him. So the same thing with this stupid woman, they should stop calling Nandekan, because Nandekan never talk about Idu. He talk about Idu, they should go and do investigation about something. But they didn't teach about Idu like we should change Idu to Biafra. A Biafra to do. No, he didn't talk about that. So I don't have problem with any of them preaching whatever or believing, because you have right to believe whatever you want to believe.
Exactly.
But the most important thing, don't attach yourself to anybody, so that when you commit any crime, then you have responsibility. You're fully responsible for whatever you have committed. That is my own take there. So as far as quick as Simon does this, it's better for all of us. If not, we will not go anywhere. Everybody get work. People will be doing whatever. We have a lot of people who will be doing whatever they're doing, and other people will be doing like, as I normally say, so my brother, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So people should know the kind of fact that it's not everything that DOS to come and tell people. DOS cannot come and be explaining everything. But when a case is in the court, there are some certain things. I'm not a lawyer, but at least I know I have brain. Exactly. And when the case is in the court, you don't come up and start explaining a lot of things. If not, you will implicate yourself.
Exactly.
So, thank you very much, my brother. May God bless you.
Thank you.
Keep our DOS.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Up DOS. Power to the DOS.
I didn't understand wherever you are, may God continue to see you and protecting you.
He said,
I know you come out. They are saying that you have died. You died with Biafra. You said that died with Biafra.
DOS all the way.
You died. You are the one that died. May God continue protecting you.
He said,
okay. I tell my brother, God bless you.
He said, we have another call. A lot of call is coming. Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you are calling from. Yes, tell us your name and where you are calling from.
My name is Nnamdi, calling from Italy.
Nnamdi. Okay, go ahead. In my question, do you have questions?
Yeah, I don't have a question. I just have my opinion to say. My question is here. Do you think that this thing of Suleiman, Igbo man change the attitude and all this character they have?
Are you still
hearing me, my brother?
No, I'm not hearing you.
I said the attitude, let me say, say it's indeed just like something that, Lord, can we feel change that attitude? Did with our people, all this jealousy and all these things. Do you think that it's impossible to change?
Why not? We can change it, but we need a mindset, the kind of mindset Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. And that is why Mazi Nnamdi can say that he needs 100 men. 100 men who are not selfish, who don't have personal interest, who can give without expecting, who can do job without checking their own profit, their benefit. 100 men who are pure in heart. Person like me, that is contented with what I have, not those that will be looking after money. So what causes jealousyness is when you are not contented with what you have. If you are contented with what you have, you will not be jealous of somebody.
Because of, the reason why I asked that question. Let me say, if you look most of our people, that is just like you did from them born with it. Our people, now if you live on free land in Igbo land, nothing will make them bid for there, but you're ready to go close in Lagos, bid a place, say you to come there, come and buy. Of the place, bid and come. Even they give them free land in Igbo land, when people will benefit, they no go green. Look at this Biafra something. The time of Niger Delta militants and others. You see any platform, our people gather begin to kick against all these people. So we look at their development and they have something that they need. Their place they have to develop. But you know that our people create the platform, even call this our brothers from River State, come and insult my people. If it say there is a house where one big man beat on a place, somebody from your place will go video and tell people that house belongs to you. They say all this our people go have their own platform to help you insult your brother. That's what makes me ask whether this thing is possible to be changed.
Mazi, are you still there?
Yeah.
What is can you recall back?
Okay.
I think once I receive this call back, I will end today's program because I thought I will only spend 1 hour 30 minutes, but I have spent more than 2 hours, almost 2 hours 30 minutes. And the only word I will leave to all of you is this. DOS are doing everything humanly possible to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They must not come out to tell us their stage, the stage where they are now. But when the time comes, you will know the stage they are by yourself. So on this note, I will drop the curtain here, but okay, I think he is calling back. Welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Okay, my brother. I'm call you go direct to just now. The line I don't clear.
Okay, go ahead.
I say the thing, just like I don't know whether I will say it's a cost to some of our people of this thing. Because if you look, we do give people a chance to know our people, to use our people as their life. And that thing happen both big men, both even poor people. Okay, imagine the type of
Niger Delta militant and all these things. No, I never see any platform that where people or any Igbo person begin to insult all these our brothers because of what they are doing. But imagine today, any program where they go, now Igbo man, or all these things, go first of all, kick against the person. If you don't have evidence, if you don't mind to go your village, you find if in any governor house or anybody, if you don't have finished, you go contact people say this house belongs to you. So make sure say damage the person image.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying, all the thing just be like say it's a cause. You go see some people say where you are working, the person is working. If your salary higher than your own, he may not be happy with you.
He would like to find one or two things to make you lose your job.
If you still want to poison the person, ready to do it.
Exactly.
Okay, if you look at autopilot and all that, if you check in early statement and this thing, automatically all the people want, if he cannot go survive, let him survive. If he no survive, if he won't, he have begin to plan Simon to take over and all that. When the whole Carlo, somebody that started something, want somebody to take over, they have begin to organize the thing. Why is Simon, if you really did genuine and all that, why he never kick against this woman where he say what he used to do? He say useless because every day he preaching about of Biafra. The same woman is telling you that he by himself is already died because of what he believes say he's going to say by himself like that he have already died. You see? So for my opinion, if all these people call you and say any question, ask them say we're into looking of Simon now. They say they have to go to they have already go to DOS out. Now we are expecting it. Since that time I never see them bring our leader out. And they do that thing that day our leader to come out. Since then I'm expecting. So that is my own contribution. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. I remain blessed.
Yeah.
Trust me, as it is now, I know many people will be asking, hey, DS, calm down. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the king of the game, and US is in charge. Don't worry. When the time comes, you will know who is who. You will know who be who. And before I end today's program, I want to appreciate every one of you who stand to make sure that IPOB remain. And I must tell you all that you people are already heroes. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, protect DOS, protect our legal teams, protect ESN, and protect every IPOB media warriors, and protect every one of us. You see? And I pray may Chukwu Okike Abiama protect every one of you who are here this night. Kenneth Chukwudume, I greet you, Ejiro B. Card, Victoria Chijoke, and many of you, Mark David, Stella Man, and Chioma Eddie. I greet every one of you. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you all. I will not mention all the names because the names are many. The only thing I will say this evening is that anything you put your hands will be moving forward. You will never regret being an IPOB member. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out with the Biafran flag. And I urge every Biafran to remain resolute. Don't allow anyone to deceive you. If they ask you what the leadership have done since they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, tell them, if not the leadership of IPOB, Mazi will not be appearing in court. Nobody will bring Mazi to court. Tell them that DOS have hired many legal teams, and the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an international case. It's because of the US that made them not to eliminate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So tell them all these things and tell them that the world is running helter-skelter today because of the US. Then you ask them what they have done to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you wait for the answer they will give you. Don't allow them to intimidate you. Almost here, Biafra. Once again, my name is MAP Ezioku Bundu One at Biafra land. Remain resolute, no retreat, no surrender. We'll go nowhere. Thank you and remain blessed. Stanley, greetings. Kenneth, I greet all of you. Catch your phone.